Hello viewers, thank you once again for tuning in to my YouTube channel. Today we want to talk about emotional torture, emotional management, emotional intelligence. I know that's quite a lot, but we're going to narrow it down to the predicaments that befall the youths in relationships, majorly because we've experienced a lot, quite a number of youths committing suicide due to relationships that did not work out. So, briefly, I want to ask, and maybe you give us your answer in the comment section. Why do you think people nowadays are committing suicide like it's a norm? Why has suicidal mission become something that is just so easy to carry out? Why do you think our youth do not have that emotional resilience to counter heartbreaks? I think all these things are quite major and we all need to tackle them one by one. And let us begin by, why do youths break up day and night? Why are relationships not working nowadays? I'm not a relationship coach. Hey, my friend. So just a quick one. Are our relationships based on some solid grounds? Just to begin with. When a girl and a boy, or a man and a woman are agreeing to get into a relationship that maybe would lead to marriage, they court, and after some time they break up, does it mean that their relationship wasn't based on some solid foundation, or what is it that is happening? These cases have become so rampant, and day in, day out, someone who was just married last year is not finding it so easy to stay in that marriage. They are breaking up. Either they are domestic violence. Within a span of 1 year, I think there should still be some, some kind of solid romance, love, that attachment. But then you find it, people are not tolerant enough in these marriages. So I'm worried, and I beg to understand that, is it poor parenting, poor mentorship? Like, do we mentor our youth in the right direction when it comes to matters relationship? Do we take our time, maybe in churches, in schools, in colleges? Do we take time to take these people through the process of having relationships? And again, also letting people understand, or the youth understand, that it's okay if it doesn't work out, and it's nobody's fault that it doesn't work out for them. So from my inbox, there's this lady who got married 2 years ago. She got a child right now. And the moment she had conceived, the mother actually denounced her as her daughter, just because she'd gotten pregnant. And I think that's sad. Sending your baby who has just finished Form 4, I'm sorry I'm calling her baby, but I believe she's not mature enough to handle home issues, in as much as she has messed up at that point. It doesn't warrant sending her away, and disowning her. I think that was too much for the girl. And now she's thinking of taking her life and killing the baby, even though the man who impregnated her took her in, but it has come with a lot of hitches. It has come with a lot of unbearable mischiefs from the husband's side, bringing in other women to the matrimonial home while she's there. dating not just one woman, you know, spending with so many other women whom she even know of. Sometimes I sit back and think, is it worth it? Is it worth sending your daughter away because she's gotten pregnant? Who failed? Who failed this girl? Is it herself or you as a parent that failed her? As I was asking you, who failed this girl? Because I feel as a parent, this mother failed and failed big time. There's so much to this story of this young girl that maybe I may not be able to tell today. But sometimes I think relationships are not working out here because the reasons as to why people get in these relationships are not reasons that is going to bound them to stay in these relationships. Because at the end of the day, I came to you as a man because I was desperate for a home. I was desperate for a roof over my head. My mother had disowned me because I'd gotten pregnant for you. So then how does the man take this? He just a piece of trash? You are a rejected person? So, if anything, your staying here is just a favor. What I'm doing you is a favor. Yes, you're going to live in with me, but it's a favor. So you don't have to question anything that I do in this house. You don't have to ask me anything. Like, you don't have a right to question my movement. Whether I come late, 3, 4 a.m. in the morning, that's none of your business. When it gets to that point, and this young girl had invested her emotions towards this man, what do you think will happen next? So much. There's so much that's going on in this just one relationship that so many other relationships are going through. Then there comes this other situation whereby a guy promises to marry you, you court for years, and I don't know why people go for that long. Why on earth would you court for years? Why do you have to court someone for years? You're going to get used to so much used to each other such that even the respect that's supposed to be there between a husband and a wife is not going to be that tangible. That is my thought, and I stand to be corrected on that. But I think after someone has courted you for years, then you are comfortable that this man is going to marry me. As a young lady, you feel I've already found my spouse in him. Then all of a sudden this man just shuts you off. Like, babe, I don't think this thing is gonna work. Overnight. How do you explain that? Let's talk of a lady who does not have that emotional resilience as strong as someone who has been mentored well by the parents. What do you think is running through the mind of this lady? What step do you think she's going to take next? I think at this point in time, people just need to come out strongly and talk to our youth, talk to our girls. For those who have teenagers, create time for your teens. Talk to them about relationships, engage them, tell them what they need to know. Times have changed. Yes, we are Africans, but these are not the times where you shy off from speaking what really relationships entail to our kids. We are living in a world that has got so much dynamism in matters, relationship, socialization, and all that. So I think as we bring these children up, they also need to be taught on matters self-awareness. When you're aware of whom you are, I think there are some levels of self-harm that you will not actually resort to, because you have been taught limits, you've known your limits as an individual, you have attempted relationships, you have the opportunity or the room to discuss your relationship with your mom or your father. Like, you have a fallback support system. You have somewhere to lean your shoulders on when you're heartbreaking. What about this young girl who has been disowned by the mother? And we're not bringing the father into this picture because the father had also abandoned the mother when she was pregnant of this lady. So this mother is also in another relationship, bringing up other kids with another father. So this young girl is the only odd one out in this home. And she feels that rejection, she feels the neglect, and she resorts to have a boyfriend. The boyfriend impregnates her, and she runs back home. You're disowned. Then what's next? You run back to the boyfriend, and the boyfriend welcomes you back. But then what follows that? Heartbreak, mental torture, physical abuse. Is it worth it? I would like us to come out in large numbers. Mental health, in as much as it's not being so much spoken of as other health issues, I believe that this is the most crucial bit of health issue that needs to be addressed by every other person. And you don't have to be a medic to do this. You just need to have some little compassion within you. You just need to show kindness to humanity. Be kind to people. People are going through a lot, so much that you cannot say maybe in one video, but just be kind to people. The rates of suicide missions are just quite on the rise, and it's quite alarming. And I'm worried. As an individual, I'm worried because you don't know who's going to do it next. You don't know who's going to commit suicide next. You don't know whether it's the friend that is laughing with you every day, so bubbly. Like, you don't know. You can't really predict who is going to be next. So before it befalls you, please talk to your friends. Be available. Even on a phone call, just give a hi call. How are you doing today? Is everything okay? Just make it a habit to ask your friends how they're feeling on. Yeah, they might be so jovial on social media, and by the way, that is what exactly they do. They're very hyper on social media. But behind the curtains, Lord, they're going through terrible moments. So I think we need to have our skills on how to approach our friends, so that maybe they get an opportunity to open up. You can just show some little kindness, and somebody finds you worthy of hearing their story. It can happen. Let's try this. Let's create mental health awareness together. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and keep sharing. Thank you so much.